Hello. This will be my second attempt. Had something on my teeth the first time. But my name is Sasha with Ray of Hope, Reiki, and more. And we are going to do the live on what is happening for our Monday, for our week. This week is why I kind of want to, I like having like a collective message about that, because then I can prep my week a little bit better. Yesterday I spilled some coffee out here. So, no bueno. Anyways, I want to know what's going on this week. We have back to school day today. I am also still doing the man stuff, so I have lawn mowing privileges today. I didn't even notice the dog was barking. Connor is very grouchy. Very grouchy. But with love and light in mind, what is the collective message? What will help us get through this week in knowing ahead of time? Like sometimes there'll be delays, or like that's just nice to know. Not to be so rigid in our thinking, but we should already not be rigid in our thinking. Okay. For this week. See, that is good to know. That is good to know. Interesting. Wow. Okay. I'm liking that. And then I'll move on to my next set of cards. Let's see if these will add. And then I'm going to come back here. Oh, okay. I'm nervous that Connor's going to come out here and start screaming. He is so mad. I did figure out what he wanted. He was asking for a shapes game, but then, I don't know, he's scared of the hallway right now. So that's how you get to your room and the bathroom and my room. I finally figured out the shapes game is Tetris, so. But he's already yelling again. Balance and following the light. Conclusion. What will help us? The birds are screaming at us. What will help us? And then is there anything else you all want to add to this collective message? These are special. These are special cards. That is not supposed to be there. Ooh, I like that. Okay. So, collective message. It starts out like this. I don't know why. It's probably a spirit. It is a spirit. That's so funny. But like, I'm getting like short man. Darker hair, kind of balding, but he doesn't want to say that. But he's like a stern, take no kind of crap mother trucker. You know what I mean? mafia vibes, maybe Italian. Yeah, that's this message feels very mafia boss guy. Let me tell you what's gonna happen for your week. Good morning, Dawn. Good morning. I haven't started yet because the spirit that's like guiding this collective message for our week and preparing for our week is, I'm enjoying his energy. I'm enjoying his energy. That's my kind of guy. Okay. Let me actually give you guys your message. I'm sorry. That happens to me. I'm weird and I like it. So the first thing, I think that this is really nice to know for your week, because sometimes we teeter-totter between like spilling our whole life to everybody, and like, especially when we're going through tough things, and I think a lot of us are going through tough things, and so then we'll tend to lean on people a lot, and it can be too much. And there could be things like we need to be having those conversations with ourselves, and whether that's journaling, talking out loud, or whatnot, so that we can come to our own conclusion without any biased input, without any input of advice that may derail where we're actually meant to go, because we need to come up with the thoughts and feelings that we're having on our own. So the first thing Spirit is saying is, this is not a week for asking for help. This is not a week for asking for help, okay? This is a week for you figuring it out, for you diving into what's going on, for you to organize and manifest your week in the way that you need to do it. So, like, nobody else is going to do it the way it's supposed to be done. This is not a week that we're asking for a ton of help. There are a lot of changes in this week, which for me, that is so true. The kids have Monday, which is today. Today's Monday. They have the back to school night tonight. They start school on Wednesday. Wednesday and Thursday, I'm probably helping Troy with his business. And then my whole week's booked with Reiki's. Thursday, we have the 8 p.m. full moon eclipse sound bath where I'm doing Reiki at it. Yeah, that's how I feel that truck. Like I'm gonna come in like a wrecking ball and mess up all your energy. Actually, I'm really gonna try to calm it down because it's a full moon eclipse and I should be kind and help you release. I don't want to scare people off from coming to the sound bath. But maybe you won't watch this and you'll still come. But I think I think the full moon eclipse sound bath is about forgiveness. Forgiveness of yourself, forgiveness of others, forgiveness and letting go. But don't tell the people that are coming, okay? Shh. Yeah, and then Saturday we have the craft night. I have yet to put together my craft for the ladies, and Sunday I have a bunch of Reikis too, so like there is no break in my week. But anyways, that's my week. Sorry, purging that. I don't need advice because I'm gonna figure it out. I'm not gonna ask for help. There's a lot of changes. I'm sure you're feeling that, and they're really asking us not to overthink. Not to overthink in our logical mind, not to overthink in our intuitive mind. This isn't a week to dive deep into our, into ours or other people's emotions. This is just not that week to do that. The full moon is this week. That's not good. Oh, they're getting in trouble. And then, I was just trying to hear if he was off leash, like if he was lost. Anyways, don't overthink things. People may say things or do things. Just remain calm. Just say okay. with a budget of $50, you could reach up to 350,000 people if I boosted my live. Not happening. Okay. The next thing is very interesting. So this is saying, oh, Connor might come out here and he will scream. So just, if you've got headphones in, my son's autistic, and if you didn't know that, and he is pissed off. Okay, he's pissed. He's decided he will not have a good day today already. Okay, this next part is interesting, and I say that because it's talking about before winter comes. So this doesn't have to take what resonates when I do these readings and leave the rest. These are not meant to make you like overthink, overanalyze. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to ask for any help all week. If you feel prompted to do so and you feel like you're supposed to ask somebody to help you, ask somebody to help you. I am not your God. Do not worship me. Do your own thing, okay? But it's saying before winter time. Before winter, this is so confusing because they've given me all the cards reversed. So then I have to ask Spirit. I have to ask like more questions, because a reverse to me isn't just a reverse. It doesn't always mean just the opposite. Before winter comes, there's going to be a decision. This is ominous. No, thank you. Can I jump out of this reading portion? This is the real Sasha, and then I go back into the channeling one, and I'm like, I don't know that I want to know. This feels prophecy-like. I don't think I want to read this. And do we skip these cards? Do we skip them? Just kidding. They came out for a reason. Around winter, there's going to be, before winter comes, there's going to be a decision you're supposed to make. What's interesting about the decision is that, like, I honestly feel like, so a decision, there's two things you're pondering, right? And then, like, you could go two different ways. But when I'm tapping into, I know, girl, I don't want to. When I'm tapping into the decision, I only feel one path. So there's only one right choice. Like, even though there's a decision and I should feel the two paths, there's a decision coming up before winter, but there's only one right choice. And they normally don't give me that, because you can go down two different paths and get to the same destination. You know what I mean? You can learn wonderful and amazing things on a path that wasn't the best path to take. But around before winter time, there is a decision that you are supposed to make, that there is only one right choice. And it has something to do, I think that it has something to do with past habits coming up, or like past relationship or people coming up. It seems like something from the past is with this decision. This is you better pick the right freaking path, because it's not showing two paths. So before winter time, there's a decision you're supposed to make. There's only one right choice. But if you choose to go back to your trauma ways or allow people to maneuver your destiny, then you'll choose the other side. So just be very careful before winter. If there's something that you're wanting to do, but you're too scared because I can't do that, because nobody will want to do that with me, or you're going back into the self-worth issues or self-esteem issues or the people please yourself. Like, please don't choose the path that is for someone else's own good. Make sure that whatever decision this is you're making, somebody remind me about this, because when I channel stuff like this, I'm not going to remember. But make sure that you're choosing the correct path for you. So this would be at the end of fall, because winter and fall. So that's coming up. Good luck with that. All of us. Good luck with that. That's very, very interesting. Okay, let's put that to the side. That doesn't feel like that was for... See how sneaky it is? This is why I say when you get a general reading with me, you can ask me a question. But if Spirit wants to sneak some sneaky stuff in there, they're going to sneak some stuff in there. Like, you could ask me something about your work, and I could do the reading, and they're going to be talking all about your self-care, because your self-care is crap. And so... because you're not taking care of yourself, it's making your work life so much more horrible. So like, or maybe they're going to talk about relationship stuff and you didn't want to talk about relationship stuff. So like general readings, I can't really try to force them to go in a direction. You can always ask a question, but they're going to give you what you want. I specifically asked for advice for our week, and they just gave us some sort of prophetic information for the ending of fall, so that we would make the right choice and not lean back into our trauma. Whatever. Let's go back. We're gonna recap. So for this week, we are not asking people for help. We are doing it ourselves. We've got this. We can stay organized, stay on task. I'm gonna get my clipboard out. I'm gonna write down what I need to do today. I need to mow. I need to label the kids' school supplies. I need to prep for the Reikis I have this week. Like, I need to make my list so that I can keep check. What am I going to do for dinner? Check. You know what I mean? So lean into yourself. Do the best that you can. If there's situation or things that are going on that are driving you crazy, you need to emotionally talk those out with yourself and not with other people, so that you aren't getting biased opinions, so that you aren't feeling like either, like, what do you feel? When you take a step back, you gain the clarity that you actually needed yourself. You know what I mean? I think Troy just peeked at me through the window. Creepy. And if he didn't, it was someone else. That better have been Troy. Creepy. Okay, lots of changes happening this week, which is so true. Our area, most of the schools are starting up. The buses are going to start going. It's going to be chaotic. They're telling you not to overthink. And when I got this is more about logical mind, but I want you to not overthink intuitively too. Don't be like, oh my gosh, there's this sign and it means death and somebody's gonna die. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want us to tune into too much of our intuition, and I don't want us to tune into too much of our logical mind, because nope, not this week, okay? Full moon eclipse, not this week. The next thing that they are saying is bring balance and following the light for your week. So if things go wrong this week, we're gonna lean into our gratitude. I'm thankful for my health. I'm thankful that I'm safe. I'm thankful that I'm protected. I'm thankful I have the opportunity to learn and grow. I'm thankful that the birds were flying in my yard today. You know what I mean? Like, trying to constantly keep our mind on the positive things, because that would be how you follow the light. And doing things that help you with self-care also helps you in following the light. Bringing balance, not just working all week and no play. Like, I have a really busy week, so I probably need to put somewhere in there where I can have a break or have some fun. That's 2 cars, right? It's loud out here today. Is this how the world's gonna be this week? I wanna hide. Okay. The next thing. Did you hear the chickens laughing? The chickens are, they're probably not laughing. They're probably pissed off that all the noise is going on. They're probably like, now I've got to get up and lay an egg. I can't believe you would do that. You disturbed my peace. Okay, anyways. This is also not a week where you need to cut things off with people. This is, right? The dogs were going crazy than that. So don't cut people off this week. Don't don't start a new diet this week. Don't, you know what I mean? Like, don't cut things, not just people, but like things out this week if we're wanting to get more healthy. And then, like, you know how people start cutting out a bunch of stuff. This is not that week. This is not that week to do that. Okay? Don't cut people out. Don't cut patterns out. Don't be so, don't do that this week. Okay? That's what they're saying. And then I said, what would help us the most this week? Keep going. Keep climbing them stairs. Don't you stop. Keep pushing. You can do it. And then the stand your ground card. There is something you want to fight for, yet you are choosing to hide instead. Create a boundary and speak for what you believe in. Stand up for yourself. Don't let people walk all over you, but also don't participate in their hate. You know what I mean? That's another reason why you kind of have to step back and not be in people's energies this week with like taking advice and stuff like that. You kind of need to figure things out on your own because everybody else is kind of struggling, and then you're taking advice from somebody who may be going through something hard too, and I don't know. So that is your collective message for the week. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that I start to get into a routine where I can go live and do my crystal live cells. I'm hopeful for that. I'm very hopeful for that. And even if I just get on there and like you guys are watching me while I'm organizing the crystals or whatnot, I think that's helpful. We do have a full moon sound bath at 8 p.m. on Thursday. That is where we'll be in the backyard as long as the weather is permitting. Now the chickens. It's just a noisy week. It's going to be a noisy week. The signs are showing us it's going to be noisy. Please schedule self-care. But we'll be in the backyard. Crystal will play the sound bowls and I will go around doing energy work for you. Everybody will be getting the newsletter pretty soon. I'm almost done with the newsletter. And then if I have your phone number or I have you on Facebook Messenger, you'll be getting a whole bunch of Canva slides that tell you what we're doing for our week. Not for our week, but for our month with mine and Crystal's like reading specials for the month and our healing specials for the month for September. My healing special is a ground and grow Reiki with a foot detox at the end. So it's like a 90-minute visit. So it's for $85 instead, but you can always get a regular Reiki. I hope you guys have a beautiful and wonderful week. You see how it got quiet? I hope you do. I hope you look for the light and for the balance. I hope you really take your own advice and you sit in your feelings and you don't be overcome by them. You map them out and figure out why you're feeling the things you're feeling, and are they valid, or are you taking things too hard or not. I love you. Have a beautiful week and I will talk to you later. Bye.